back to the Dysfunctional Podcast. So, this is probably the most unprepared I've been for a podcast episode, but I really wanted to do one. I just struggled to come up with topics. I feel like that's the hardest part. So, I asked the Dysfunctional Podcast Instagram. I asked you guys for some ideas on what you want to see me talk about, and so I'm going to be talking about some of your responses. And I also want to talk about Joshua Bassett's new album, because I'm a big fan and I just want to dissect it. So if you don't want to hear that part of the episode, that's okay, but I just want to talk about it. So this is basically going to just be like a Yap Sesh. So yeah, currently drinking Chamberlain coffee matcha. Not that you care, I just feel like it's fun to let you guys know. This is the strawberry one. It's at Target and I was so excited to try it because I love her and it's really good. Highly recommend. Also, it was in this cute cup that had stickers on it, but the stickers are like falling off, so it looks kind of weird, but yeah. Also today, when I'm filming this, it's like girlfriend day or whatever. Why do I feel like that's every single day? And I'm only saying this because I'm jealous, but it's like, post your girlfriend. I'm like, why do I feel like this is like every month? It's annoying. Anyway, I feel so bland today. Like, I don't know what's going on. I just feel like really, I don't know. So if I'm speaking like monotonely, I'm sorry. So first we're going to get into the stuff that you guys submitted that you wanted to talk about. So someone says life after high school. Honestly, you couldn't pay me to go back. Like, I would never. Started out just like nice, but like a little bit boring. Like, I didn't really have much to do, I feel like. But at the same time, I had a lot to do because graduation season is insane and there's so much to do, but like I was bored at the same time. I don't know, it was weird. And honestly, now I've seen so many TikToks about this, but I go to college in like 2 weeks, I think, like 2 weeks, and I'm seeing so many TikToks of people that are like, I haven't processed anything, and like I leave in 2 weeks and it's getting real, and I'm like panicking a little bit, and I'm like, that is literally me right now. Like, I'm excited, but I would be lying if I said I haven't been like anxious about it more recently, just because I feel like I haven't been able to process anything. But honestly, that's a super normal thing. And if any of you are feeling like that about college, just know that you're not alone. But I just thought it was so funny because I was like panicking a little bit like one night, and I was seeing like all these TikToks that were like, when you haven't been able to process anything, college is getting real now and you leave in like 2 weeks. And I'm like, literally me. But yeah, couldn't pay me to go back there. Like, high school's so dumb. It's like, I've done an episode about high school before, but I feel like a lot of people think that it's like their whole life. And well, because it almost feels like it sometimes, because you're like in this little like, I don't know how to explain it. I can't really talk today, but so this person knows my hatred for Arby's because they said Arby's and why or how it's still in business. Honestly, I don't know. I tried Arby's once and I was scarred for life because it was disgusting. Like that type of fast food should be illegal. How it's still in business because people are crazy enough to like it and go back after trying. Literally could gag. No, I do not like Arby's. Anyway, so this one's kind of deep. Someone says, what in your life do you think had the biggest impact on who you are today? honestly, like losing friends. And it sounds really sad, but it's true because I learned how dependent I was on like certain people for my literal happiness and my mental health. And I don't know, that's definitely something that I'm working on, is just like trying to be less dependent on friends, you know. But yeah, because I would say I depended on these people so much that once I didn't have them, that was like literally the worst mental state I've been in. Like one of the worst, like such a dark time, because I had to adjust on what I had been depending on for so long, and I didn't know how to function without, those people or that person. So, yeah, I'm just definitely learning a lot about spending time with myself. And I think that friends are great. Love my friends, but you can't depend on them for everything. You have to work on yourself and spend time with yourself in life. So, yeah, that's definitely had the biggest impact on me. This is going to make me sound so dumb. This person says, the development of the late teenage brain, how do you know when your frontal lobe is done? I don't want to sound like an idiot, but your brain fully develops when you're like 25, right? I don't know what a frontal lobe is. Like, I'm kind of stupid. Hold on. This is frontal lobe headache, and that's not what I'm looking for. I've been having really bad headaches recently, though, probably because I'm dehydrated. Okay, I looked it up because I was just guessing that, like, you'd know when that is done when you're able to, like, I guess, like, deal with certain situations and be less of a kid, but that's, like, kind of obvious. I looked up, how do you know when your frontal lobe is fully developed? And it says the frontal lobe is not fully developed until about age 25. So I was right. Says the growth and development of the frontal lobe can be monitored by the ability to complete tasks as directed and without distraction. So I guess that answers. So I kind of got it right. So I guess that answers that question. So those are all the topics that I'm going to be talking about in this episode. So now we're going to talk about Joshua Bassett's new album. You can skip off if you want, but I think it'll be really entertaining for you to see how absolutely insane I am. So let's pull up the track list because I need to like talk about it track by track like Zach Sang himself would do. Okay, so The Golden Years is Joshua Bassett's debut album, which is a big deal because he's been like doing music, I feel like, since like 2020 and has been working on the album for 4 years, so it's a big deal that it's finally out for those who don't have that information. This is a big deal for me because I've been waiting for it for so long. So I'm going to be talking about some of my favorites just because I feel like it would be maybe a little bit annoying for you if I did do it track by track, because I would love to do that, but I'm just thinking about your sanity here. So we're just going to talk about some of my favorites, even though I literally love the entire album with my whole heart and soul. And yeah. So it's kind of a deep dive, but like not really. Like not at all, actually. Okay, first we're going to talk about Mirror, because this is my favorite song on the album, I think, and in my opinion, one of his best songs. Just because of, like, you literally just have to listen to it. It's incredible. So I felt like I wouldn't be able to give the song, like, a worthy description. So I looked up one on Genius just because I don't know why, it's, like, harder to explain and I want to make sure it's right. So says a main theme of the song is about a passage of time and how Bassett has lost parts of who he once was. What I've kind of heard is he's lost parts of himself, like he mostly talks about like through addiction, but I feel like this could also be just like being at such a low point where you're like, I don't even recognize like the happy person that I was. So yeah, definitely think this song is super relatable. I can personally relate to it, and I feel like just when I was at my lowest point, I definitely could have used a song like this just because I feel like it's going to help so many people feel less alone in their struggles, because I feel like it can apply to a lot of things. It's literally incredible. It's like beautiful and sad and like heartbreaking and all of these things all at once. So, yeah, definitely love a lot. Oh my god, Circles is so fun. I love Circles. Circles to me, I felt like is just about this person that you can't get over and you just keep going back to them, and it's just this whole cycle that just keeps happening over and over again. So yeah, love Circles. It has such like a fun, I remember he described it as like a Fleetwood Mac type vibe, or like it literally just makes me want to like jump on a horse and start riding a horse. Like it's so good. I love it. Freaking love Circles. It's so fun. Also, Jeremy Hatcher helped produce this album, and you can definitely tell by certain songs. Like another one that I love is Would You Tell Me? And to me, like so many people have said this, but they're like, this is literally giving Harry's House vibes because Jeremy Hatcher helped produce it, so obviously it's gonna have some little like similarities, and I love that. It's such an amazing song and it's so fun. Love Cherry Blossom, such a fun summer song, and it's just so cute. Definitely like one of my top 3 on the album right now. It's just so cute. Like I feel like it's just such a cute song about like having something so good and like hoping that it lasts. And I think it's so good and I love it and it's so cute. Oh my god, look how far you've come. Such a good, relatable song. And it literally makes me want to cry, like, considering all the things Joshua Bassett has talked about and all the things he's been through. And just him saying, like yes, these horrible things happen to you, but look how far you've come and you've gone through it, and it's taught you so much. I just think it's such a beautiful song, and it's such a good song to listen to. I feel like when you're in a dark place, because it gives like that little bit of hope, and yeah, I love that about it. Wildfire, are you kidding me? Literal pen, 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 pen. It's such a beautifully written song. I love the freaking bridge. I need to read you the bridge because it's actually insane and I love it. You need to listen to it. It's far too late to save us. This flame is way too dangerous. Don't say it's all okay, love. It's too much. It's too much. The smoke is slowly rising. Just face it, love. We're dying. No point in even trying. It's too much. Pen. Genius says, because I have a hard time explaining this beauty of an album, says, the lyrics express how poor choices can result in even worse consequences. He is describing how he and his partner were pretending that they weren't expecting a consequence even while they both knew what they were doing. And then there's like a parallel that it has with Smoke Slow, where in Smoke Slow it says she asked for a light, and then in Wildfire it says you asked for a light. So it basically says like the same thing, but it's like, me, it's like, kind of that this thing is bad for you. Like in Smoke Slow, like it kind of says that, but you do it anyway, and then it blows up and you get all these consequences that you both knew were gonna happen, I guess, because the relationship was a bad thing for you from the start. So it's just this whole like story with Smoke Slow and then Wildfire. It's like a little timeline, and I think that's so cool. What songs have I not talked about? Okay, we're just gonna talk about the whole album because why not? Biting My Tongue, I think, is beautiful. I think that's been like an older song. Like, I feel like he wrote that a while ago, but definitely Love, definitely worth the wait. Love. The Golden Years is just like, it feels like it gives off such a nostalgic feeling, and I love it, and I think it's such a beautiful song. Little Rita, I feel like, is just so beautiful. It's this song that he wrote for his friend whose like childhood home burnt down, and it's basically just saying like, one of the lyrics is like, I know this life isn't easy, but I promise I'll be right here. And I just think that that's it's just such a sweet song. I just feel like it's such a comforting song, and it can be looked at in so many different ways. Dancing with Tears in My Eyes is so fun. So fun. Love dancing in my kitchen to that song. It's so good. Don't Let Me Down is beautiful with Jenna Rain. The collab we all needed. Are you kidding me? Their voices sound so good together. So good together. It's so beautiful. I was like, I'm just going to talk about my favorites, but I talked about every single one because they're all my favorites. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the Golden Years album. So amazing. So worth the wait. Joshua Bassett's such a talented human. And if you haven't watched or listened to his interview with Zach Sang, please do, because it's his testimony and his story is actually insane, and I feel like it's something that so many people like need to hear. And yeah, love that interview. I think he's such an amazing human, even though I literally have never met him. Like, I'd probably pass out if I did. I just feel like this album is gonna help so many people, and yeah, love absolutely everything about it. There's not a song on it where I'm like, like every single song I'm like, amazing. Genuinely a no skip album. So love that about it. So yeah, if you've stayed this long listening to me yap about Joshua Bassett, thanks, and go listen to his new album, listen to his interview, all that stuff. It's amazing. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say. I'm mostly just upset that I can't go to the tour. I really want to go, but there's not going to be any venues near me, and I would get a flight, but I don't have money for that. So yeah, love this album. Yeah, what a talented human. Okay, anyway, that's all I have for today. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. I appreciate you. Okay, goodbye.